There we are. Short rest is once per day. Ah, it is. Doesn't say that anywhere. That's one thing which annoys me a little bit about the tutorial in this game. Doesn't mention resting anywhere. Nothing. Like, nothing about camping, nothing about long or short rests, and also you can see the difference in dark vision there. So right now, these two have it, which means that these guys are all probably suffering penalties in the darkness. So let's drop a light incantation on... Where's Will? There. Cool. Should probably actually be leading with the cleric, because she's going to have the highest perception, I imagine. Perception 3. Does it say passive perception anywhere? No. 0. 0. 4. No. Astarion has better perception. In that case, we shall lead with the rogue. Ooh, a mirror. We can get that for Gale, so he doesn't need to spend a level 2 spell slot. Oh no, just one image, it's level 1, isn't it? Although that spell doesn't seem to exist in the game yet, which is interesting. Oops, leave the candles on. Pick up the books. Bowl, can't really be bothered. Stool. Is that really all that was in this room? Just asking as somebody who's never played D&D or any video game like this, would I recommend an easy one for noobs to start on? An easy RPG like this. Dragon Age Origins, probably? Yeah, I'd say probably Dragon Age. I mean, there are some differences, obviously, but quite a lot of it transfers over. Pillars of Eternity is another one which is very good. And there's another one which is coming out also in early access in 2 weeks called Solastra, which also looks very good. And Solastra uses the same rule set as Baldur's Gate 3. Start with something like Divinity as its early access, fully functional game at the moment, but would be interested to hear Mordred's opinion too. I mean, that's true, Divinity is also good. I only hesitate with Divinity because I really struggled to get into that myself until I did multiplayer. Multiplayer made Divinity for me. Single player, I wasn't that impressed. Which is why I was deeply concerned when they announced that the same company that did Divinity was working on Baldur's Gate. But thankfully this is a lot more single player friendly. Still not 100% sold on the NPC companions, but we'll see. We'll see how it develops. I feel like I was the only person in the world who didn't like Dragon Age. What? Blasphemy! Dragon Age 1 was good. 2 I never played. Inquisition was also good. Looking forward to the next one. Curious about what they do.
No lock, no handle. How does it open? No lock, no handle. How does it open? No lock, no handle. How does it open?
I just clicked on it again because I saw that the lockpick bar happened, but I don't think he opened it. Would it be heretical if I said I only played like 2 hours of Dragon Age combined? Dragon Age 2 was harshly criticised. Yeah, so apparently Dragon Age 2 is now out on PC, I think. When I was interested in getting it, it wasn't. It was only console. I don't have any consoles, so that didn't really do me any good. This feels like it should be potentially Trap Central. I haven't come across any yet. Considering how many bookshelves there are, it's a disappointing number of books too. Chapel records and then a plaque.
You do not recognize the language on the plaque.
That might be worth a look. What was that?
That definitely opened a door. Well perceptioned. Oops. The Unclaimed. Oh, wait. Huzzah! The sturdily bound story of a cleric of Shar, whose soul was never claimed from the City of Judgment. In her life, her service had been impeccable. Daily did she devote herself to the Lady of Loss. Daily did she free herself from the tyranny of memory. All in time was lost to her, her relations, her preferences, even her own name. Upon the altar of her devotion placed she the ultimate offering, her emptied mind. And when she died, when she awoke in death and found herself standing in the pale and faded City of Judgment, she waited for the Lady of Loss to retrieve her. 1,000,000 souls and more passed her in colourless gusts, but no hand materialised in her hand. No voice whispered instruction in her ear, no guidance proffered itself from the bleached and barren sky. Time, immaterial time, passed around her like air, coming and going, and still the goddess did not come for her devotee. Kelemvor pitied her as much as the Lord of the Dead is able, but could not intervene. This cleric of the Lady of Loss, unclaimed despite her worthiness, might yet have one more lesson to learn, that not forgetting, but being forgotten. Ouch! Oh, hey, Shadowheart. I have a thing you should probably read. Yeah, you definitely should read this, Shadowheart. Yeah, it's a good story. Can't reach. Huh, interesting. So whoever lived here must have been much taller. Alright, let's take a look at the chapel records. Fine dust coats the pages of this weathered book. Beneath the bone-white powder, hundreds of short obituaries are recorded in tiny script. Grobian Tipple, Ilmater, drowning. Yvain Atkinson, Ogma, internal rot. Devrin Stout, Sloon, fever. Actually, this is probably a Temple of Kelemvor, not Myrkul. Thinking about it. He's also a god of death. It would be hilarious if it literally said, "You don't recognize the language on the plaque." On the plaque. Yep, the door did indeed open. Ooh, thieves' tools. How many sets do you have now? And how many do you actually need? Not sure. Oh, and you seem to be overburdened. And somebody should be sworn to carry my burdens. Right, which is the loot bag? This can be the loot bag. Oh man, these take an individual slot each. Okay. Oh, wine. Water, we'll probably keep those. Okay, so there's no real reason for me to be carrying all of this stuff around except for value. The plate and the cup are worth a lot. All of this stuff, not so much. Glass chalice is a bit more. And this also means that Astarion is carrying it all now. Small bottles. And then we have the food supplies, which must be in another bag, which somebody else is carrying. Whoops. Yeah, one thing we did forget to do was steal all of the equipment off of other companions. Giving him all the stuff to sell. And I'm carrying the gold. Mine, 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 mine. You know what, the quills could probably also go in here. They are nice and light, so they have that going for them. You know what, the bones and the skulls can go in here too. It's nice that they filled the world out with chaff, but it's just not as necessary in this. We haven't got any paper or anything. We'll leave the books on the rogue. Just so that he's carrying something, because he is stronger than the wizard. Ah, there's the food supply. Okay, so the cleric was carrying the food. I mean, that does kind of make sense. Alright, then all of these go in here. Another book for you. In fact, we should really drop that, because it's really heavy. So this is that backpack. Okay. Smell suggests it's starting to go off. Yeah, let's not carry the buckets of fish anymore. I don't think they're particularly necessary. And we probably also have a couple of scrolls of Revivify on some of the other characters. And potions. Right, you have the scrolls. Harper map can go over there, so can the perfumed letter. Okay, that's a little more organised. Better. Still don't know what level wizards have to be to learn the Revivify scroll. I don't think they can. Revivify is a cleric ability, cleric spell. There are some spells which wizards can't learn. Yeah, if it says this class can't learn... Hang on. Level too low. I'm pretty sure that just means can't. Like, Cure Light Wounds. Healing word. Those are all spells that wizards can't do. Kinda neat, the extension lets us see what equipment your characters have. Yeah, the extension is really, really good. I'm very impressed by it. Hey Rogue, how about you go first? The heck was saying Dark One's blessing? I wonder what the Sigil of Kelemvor is versus what this one is. Oh, I'm not sure.
Place reeks of necromancy.
Ooh. Magic is impressive. But now, Mordred leads. Magic for everyone! That's a big door. That's a very big door. So's that. Let's go this way first. This is a little bit nerve-wracking. What the hell's in here?
Scribes with swords. So much for the quill being mightier.
I wonder what was so subversive about their words that they commanded protection.
What are you talking about? Oh, I guess it's the entombed scribe and the entombed warrior. Yeah, okay. Well, that was clearly a wizard. Ooh, this opens right up. Interesting. The statue is going to come to life. Kind of feels that way.
Jurgen, scribe of the dead. I didn't think anyone still worshipped him.
Of all the people that passed the wisdom test, it was me! Even Shadowheart didn't. So Jurgle. So the story is, I believe, that Jurgle was a god of the dead who actually raised 3 mortals to becoming gods. Bane, Ball, and Myrkul, maybe? Ball, of course, being the important one, because you play as one of the children of Ball. Spoilers in Baldur's Gate 1 and 2. Not really a spoiler, you learn that pretty early on. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, go and play Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 immediately. Bane, Ball, and Bow. Not Myrkul? Possibly. Boo. Yeah, you kind of spoiled the joke by misspelling that. Juggle still works with Kellenvor now, just with a much smaller remit than he had. Interesting. Yeah, I don't usually really bother paying much attention to God's Pantheon.
Something over there.
Yeah, interesting. God's Pantheons in games like this, but for some reason Baldur's Gate I did. So I remember a heck of a lot more about the different gods in this. Probably helped that I played a cleric. Uh-oh.
Hells. Something just woke up down here.
Let them come. The darkness can be to our advantage.
Hey, what happened to my... Oh dear, light spell ran out. Sol Invictus. Somebody clearly has been watching Templin. Entomb Scribes. They're all scribes. Oh no, that's the warrior. 28 hit points. So we're probably going to get lots of magic thrown at us. Alright, well, you move up. Obscured by shadow. Even though he's lit up like crazy. Interesting. Oh no, you can move forwards further. Please do. Still. I forgot to cast that earlier. That's annoying. So, Shadowheart, you are going to use that on yourself. And then go charging blindly on. So I can go back there to get out of the silence. Or I can run to like here, but then I'm right at the front. That's not necessarily a bad thing. Although I have a fairly low armor class. The question is whether I'm going to be in range of anyone from back there. I still need to find myself a sodding shield. Vulnerable to bludgeoning, immune to poison. Good old Skellingtons. Alright. 45% chance of hitting. 75% chance of hitting him. You are being threatened by that guy, though. So I think we need to do a stab. Slash at a creature, they take piercing and start bleeding, taking additional piercing damage. Are skeletons resistant to pierce? I'm not sure that they are, actually. You are immune to bleed, but that's not a surprise. Okay. Good old Astarion. Can't go wrong. Stay there for the time being, because you're pretty quick. Okay, that was also the guy that did the silence, so we are no longer silenced. Which means we can do magic if we need to. So we could do, for example, Guiding Bolt. Oh, that would literally be your last spell. No, let's save that for a heal just in case. Let's see if we can actually hit you with a smash. No, let's dip the weapon first. Dip, 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 dip. Dip. Now we smash. Yes! Finally hit something with that. Oh, come on. Oh, that was a sleep. That was not a silence. Who slept? That would be Will. Rattle. According to the wiki, Urgol is an ancient deity older than many of the other gods of Faerun. Greater gods of Faerun. At the time of Netheril, he was a greater deity himself with the portfolios of the dead, murder, and strife. With the long aeons, he became bored with the position of power and allowed for 3 mortals known as the Dead Three to each take up parts of the divinity. Bane assumed the portfolio of strife, Merkel the rulership of the dead, and then Baal the portfolio of murder. So I was right, it was Merkel. Okay, so 2 baddies up there, and then 1 down there. They do seem to be hit pretty hard by fire spells. Speaking of fire spells, you're in the wrong place. So are you. What? Oh, because he didn't leave their area. Kind of got lucky there. Okay, Will gets up. 70% chance of hitting now. However, if I go up... In fact, you left Will's threatening. Will should have got an attack there. Let's go for you. Then Shadowheart, you can go for him. And then you can come over here where it's still dark.